Hello everyone. So in the next part of the video, I'd like to walk you guys through on how to add drop downs. So as you can see right here, when I click on this particular button which has a drop down arrow like this, you'll be able to have some options to be showing at the bottom right here. So when we select on any of this particular option, you just go to that particular href. By the way, let's say if I click on this particular will trigger this particular href, by the way. So this is like a simpler version of a drop down. So this drop down can be used in either in drop down menu or anywhere else. So let's actually make use of this in our website. So the basic structure of this particular button is basically we need to have a div with the class name that says drop down, and of course we need to be wrapping a particular button. That button should be having drop down toggle. Along with that, we also need to be having the type equals to button, and data bootstrap toggle is going to be drop down at this time. And we also happen to have area expanded to be false. This at the moment when we click on this, it should be initially when we click on the area expanded, it should be false. Only when we click on this button, it should become true. So as you can see here, we happen to have that particular content of this particular drop down menu, where the content will be in a list format, where you'll be having the UL and UI, where the UL will be having a class name for drop down dash menu, and inside here we'll be having list, the LI, where it has drop down item to be the class name. And here we can also make use of anchor tag to be the button right here. So we just see this, the only difference is that this one uses anchor tag instead of button. And we can also change the color of this particular drop down button with all this button just by changing this particular class name with button dash danger and all of the other stuffs. We can just change the color like this. And we also happen to have split button. So what a split button is that we are able to have this particular button, the trigger, to be placed on our right hand side, which is separated from the main button right here. So that's two splits right here, and you can actually make use of this by placing two buttons. For example, the first button will be having placed here. Second button you should wrap. This particular button will be visually hidden, so that's why toggle drop down will be this refers to this particular. So the second button will be the one that acts as the one that we are able to click on it to trigger the content like this. That's why you're able to find the data, bootstrap toggle, all this stuff right here. And of course this is the content. And of course we happen to have the sizing just by changing the button size, just by saving button dash LG. We can have by placing button dash LG, we are able to have a bigger button right there. And of course button dash SM will be having a smaller button. And yeah, those are things that we can actually make use of in our website. So first of all, I'd like to go to our website right here. So when we click on learn more, I would like to have like a simple drop down to be placed right here, so that we are able to go to a particular section upon clicking on a particular one of the items in that particular button. So first of all, I'll go to the code, and in our code right here, this is the off canvas content right here, and of course this is where we place all the off canvas content. So right here I like to have like a new div, and inside this div is where I like to place the class name, and that class name would be drop down like this. And of course we should be having a button first. So in this case I will add button, and this button should be having a simple title. I would like to say drop down, and of course we should be having some class name also, and that class name will be the basic class name that we give it to button. So in this case button dash secondary. And if you check our website, you're able to have this particular button right here. So at the moment it does not do anything because we are not added anything else. So let's add that particular trigger that we have seen earlier. So which the trigger will be, we need to be having drop down toggle first. So drop down toggle will give this particular icon right here, right inside the button. So we need to add drop down toggle. So we need to place drop down like this, drop down dash toggle right here. So when we go to our website, you're able to have button to be having that particular icon like just like this. And of course let's add those triggers. Example type equals to button data bootstrap toggle, and of course area expanded false to be placed right after that particular class name. So let's place it right after the class like this, and there you go. So next thing is that we need to be having that particular list of items that will be called once we click on this particular button. So first of all, of course, as you can see right here, it has to be a UL LI component, so which have drop down dash menu, and inside here we happen to have a list of anchor tag which has drop down dash item with href. So this is exactly what I'm going to do. So in our code right here, I like to add UL, and this particular UL will be having a class name. This class name is drop down dash menu, and inside here we'll be having all the li. So inside the li we'll also be having an anchor tag, and this particular anchor tag will be the one which will be able to click on this, and that will actually lead us to a particular section. So the first section I like to place is products. Since it's a product, we need to be having an href, and that particular href should be having hash products. So what does this actually means is that when we click on products, it will just direct us to the products section. Since it's an item of a particular dropdown, we need to be having a class name as well, and this particular class name is where we'll be placing dropdown dash item. And just like this, you'll be able to find in our code, in our website, you're able to have this particular first option we'll be having, which is products. So we can just make use of this particular products, something that we have this did something like this particular option like products. We can just do for other stuff as well. We can also do for FAQ, review, and all the stuff like here. So in our code, I'll create another new list item right here, right below here, but I like to change it to FAQ, and of course I like to change the href as well. And there you go. Right now we happen to have a second option for this particular drop down. When we click on FAQ, it just goes to this particular FAQ section, just like this. And that's how simple it is to actually add drop down in our website. So yeah, thanks for watching this particular video. That's the end of the particular, and that's the basic idea of how to actually add drop downs to our website. Thanks for watching. That's the end of the particular part of the video. Let's catch up on the next one.